Hey, and welcome back to the Emlyn in the Mix show, season 4, episode 23. I've got a camera in my face because we've got an overhead cam of the brand new Arturia Keylab Mark III. Now this thing is an all-in-one control freak. It's really cool, and we're going to be checking out the EFX Collection 4 today. So if you are watching us on YouTube or Spotify, it'll be a bit of a visual experience today, but also if you're listening to us on the podcast, it's going to be an audio experience as well. Now, I'm not paid, or there's no kickback for me from Arturia other than them sending one of these keyboards out for me to check out today. Now, these were only released last week. I've had it for the last week and I've been playing with it, and I have to say, I'm really enjoying I'm really enjoying this Midi controller. Before this, I was using Native Instruments Complete controller series, the S49, which I really love as well, especially if you use Native Instruments software. But this is more of an all-rounder. It does integrate really well with the Arturia software, which is what we're going to look at today, especially with FX Collection 4. So this show is a bit of a 2-for-1 deal because I'm showing off the brand new FX Collection 4 and Arturia's brand new Midi Keylab Mark III. Now, before I get into the podcast show, whatever you want to call this podcast, just some quick housekeeping. You can leave a special thanks down below if you're watching us here on YouTube, if you want to shout out and say thank you for all of the shows that I do for you guys on a week-to-week basis. And if you're not subscribed already and you like music technology, software and hardware news, all of that jazz, you should subscribe and you will get weekly content, if not more. Sometimes I get a couple done a week. We have a lot in the pipeline to get through. I was hoping to get more done this week, but it's been a super busy week. But anyway, I digress. That's the housekeeping out of the way. Let's get stuck into the FX Collection 4. And before we go over to the live demo, I'm going to show you how this integrates really well with the Arturia software. Let's just quickly go through the FX Collection 4. So here I have it up on my screen. Essentially, it is a curated selection of 30 creative audio effects for modern music makers, from enhanced emulations of iconic studio tools to contemporary and experimental effects, plugins for inspiring music production and creation. So I have covered the FX Collection 3 and maybe even the FX Collection 2. Let's just quickly play an introductory video here, just showing it off here from the Arturia website. What have we got to offer? All right, find your sonic perfection, as it reads there in the video. And you get the idea there. Obviously, with the audio, you can hear the FX Collection in effect. Now, there are over 30 actually effects included in this collection, which is incredible. But probably what you are most interested in today with the FX Collection 4 is, of course, what is new. And that's, I guess, what we'll focus the show on today. Because if you're aware of the FX Collection, there are heaps of FX included in this. But let's focus on what is actually new here today. So now, what is included? The Rev Alex 24. It is an upgraded version of the retro box that defined 80s reverb, real feeling space, cave depth, atmosphere, and subtly sparkling textures await. So we'll check out that today. Dist Coldfire, which we've already checked out on the channel, but we can look at it again today because this is a freaking beast. It's a dual engine distortion effect that goes from rich tube saturation to unrestrained sonic destruction in a few clicks. You've also got the Rotary CLS 222, moved from silky smooth stereo swells to spinning synchronized patterns with a modern take on the classic Leslie rotary speaker emulator. You got the filter MS20, pump destructive crunch and roaring stereo filter sweeps into your mixes with this infamously abrasive Korg filter and distortion model. Now, hopefully I don't bore you today because I've got one track loaded. I may need to open up a couple more tracks just so we're not repeating the same music over and over again. So they're the 4 brand new included effects in EFX Collection 4, but of course there is heaps more than that. Like if we go through the list here, and you can go on the website and actually play with this little player here, which is really cool, where you can you can bypass the effects on and off, and it has a little GUI here, a GUI, if you will, showing off the plugin you've got loaded. But if we just have a quick look here, distortions wise, you got 3. You got Coldfire, which we're gonna look at today, Tube Culture, Op Amp 21, and then you got special reverbs, Alex 24, which is new, Rotary CLS 222, I don't know how you say that, or 222, which is also new. We'll look at that. EFX Fragments are freaking amazing. I wouldn't actually mind, if we get time today, we'll look at that again. You got the Rev Plate 140, Intensity, and Spring. So that's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 reverbs. Preamps and EQ wise, you got the Tube, Hello-Fi, EQ Spinal, I'm probably saying this all wrong. Let's just zoom it in a bit for my eyes. EQ Citral 295, pre-1973, pre-Trider, and the pre-V78. You got delays. I said that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 delays. You got 3 delays. Tape 201, Brigade Eternity. Modulation and filters, you got a bunch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 modulation and filters. And we're going to be checking out the brand new MS20 filter today. And you've got a bunch of compressors as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not going to bore you with all their names, I suppose, but just quickly want to give you this quick demo before we go over to my live demo. Here's Dist Coldfire. This is with the effect on. Listen to this. All right, let's turn the effect off. There you go, dry. We'll turn it back on. So you can just hear from that demo alone that Dist Coldfire is adding not only distortion, but it's adding some modulation. All right, let's get to the juicy part of this show. Hey, let's just get stuck straight into the goodness. Gosh, where am I going? Let's go over to Ableton Live. All right, here we are. And I've got a little track here, and I wanted to show you how it all integrates here with the Midi Keylab Mark III. All right, so the Rotary CLS 222 or 222, however you want to say it. Let me just show you quickly the Keylab Mark III. So you got the transport control, which comes with an Ableton script. So already I'm using Ableton, but you can use another DAW and you can control it with the transport. I'll play my track here back for you. I don't think I have, let's jump over. Yeah, I've got it completely on dry at the moment, so you won't hear the effect. It's bypassed more or less. Let's play it back here. So this is my track. So you can see I got complete DAW control here in the transport. And I can skip forward. And I can also record from here. I've also got clip control, which is really freaking nice. All right, now let's hear this brand new Rotary CLS 222. May go into some presets as well, but let me just show you how you can mess with it here on the dials. Here we go. So I got full wet up here. Let's add some drive. And you can see it's getting affected on the GUI as well. All controlled from the Keylab Mark III. We can add a bit of rotary balance. Turn that back. What else can we do? Stereo image. Now also, I just want to say, for the sake of this video today, I'm obviously giving you an extreme example of these effects plugins. I've got it on my master just because I merely want to just show you. I just want to get to the juicy part. Obviously, I wouldn't mix a track like this on the master. You could use this on individual instruments and get very interesting results. So I just love the control on the Keylab Mark III, like the fact that it takes over my device, especially the brand new FX Collection 4 here. They can be controlled on the knobs. Now, if you didn't want to control the device, you simply just press this button here on the left, which takes us to track controls. Now these faders are going to actually control Ableton Live's track. So this is a pretty much an all-in-one beast. I'm not going to play with that right now, but it essentially does that. But we go back to device control. I don't know if you can see that on the screen, but it says device control there. Now we've got control of our preamp. You know, you can see when I turn the drive, that's turning the drive up there. Now looking at this Rotary CLS 222, and we go to advanced, there's actually more control when we jump down there. Now, I don't know if, hopefully you can see, I'll try and drag it out a bit so you can see it a bit better. Okay, good. Let's just quickly click on a preset here of this bad boy and just see what we get. Okay, you got some extreme effects going on there. And it's cool, it gives you a visual of the GUI here as well. I mean, you can find something you like, just turn the dry and wet down, or you can pump it right up. Actually, on that little key that I've got there, the rotary sounds really good. Stereo image is up full, turn that down. Add a bit of grit. This is a very nice sounding effects plugin here. We've got a lot going on. We've got the rotary going on. We've got distortion. It's a lot of fun, and I love that it's all controllable here. And in fact, I believe these, the faders are actually mapped as well to this device. Let me show you, because I think you can sync it. Let's check it out. Here we go. Yeah, it is. So I can increase the bass. Where's my treble? Increase the treble. So that's bass and treble there. And my input, I think. I can really pump the input. So play that back. And increase my dry wet so you can hear it really kicking in. So that must be my filter. Oh yeah, it's my filter. That's cool. I've got a high pass filter here. Whoa, sorry, we're distorting a bit there. But look, this is what I merely wanted to show you today, is the overall control that I have with the Keylab Mark III Mark Lab. That's a cool name though. The Keylab Mark III has an overall a pretty damn good control of the devices in FX Collection 4. Let's, okay, just so I don't bore you too much on this track, I don't want to obviously play this track back too much. We'll mix it up a bit for you here today. But if we jump into our presets, just to give you a quick overview, so you got modulation and you got your own template user defaults, which you can save if you come up with a really cool patch. But modulation wise, you got a bunch in here. They can really play with house-based rotary, for example, metal guns, metal rotors, and so forth. Really cool stuff. I really like the sound of this, and as always, actually, with the Arturia FX Collection, it's always super high quality. When we looked at it last year, I believe that was FX Collection. Yeah, it was FX Collection 3, but I believe it was last year. Sorry, is what I was trying to say. I was really blown away by the sound of it. Now, on this track, let's try the brand new filter, MS-20. I haven't actually played with this yet. This is the first time. Yes, I'm doing it live. It's asking me for a tutorial. We're not going to do that. Resizable GUIs, of course, up to 4K support. So everything looks fresh, looks big, looks awesome, right? All right, let's check it out. So now, okay, cool. It's a high pass. It goes to low pass. Nice. All controlled here from the Keylab. All right, so we got low pass. So we got full control here, guys. This is mad. LPF peak. What's that doing? That one there. I got your stereo. I can make a hectic stereo. It's actually really visually pleasing on the Keylab. You can see everything that's going on. The parameters are getting changed. I wonder if these sliders, okay, we've got distortion drive. We go back to that part in the track. Where was my distortion drive? Modulation depth. I've got to make sure the track's actually selected. Where are we? There's distortion drive. Ooh, distortion output. There's my dry wet, I believe. That is a nasty sounding filter though. That is a lot of fun. Wow, I have to say, yeah, control-wise, incredible. Let's turn that distortion output off because we're gonna have that going in the background, sounding like a waterfall and all. This control-wise, I'm sort of reviewing two things here. I know, looking at brand new FX Collection 4. I wasn't sure how I was gonna do this. We just did it. But control-wise, Keylab Essentials 49 here, doing a fantastic job. Just overall, the way it's been mapped, everything's here and you can get used to it. That was the first time I played with the filter MS-20 here and it was a lot of fun. It was very, very intuitive. Now, so I don't just bore you to death with the same track, let's mix it up a bit. I'll just get a different tune up on my screen here. I believe it's this one. I don't know. I'm not going to save that there. All right, so let's pull up. Here we go. Rev Alex 24. This is new in the FX Collection 4. Let's have a listen. I've got it on this track here. Turn my dry wet down. New track here. New bit of fun to be had. Actually, we'll just turn my track down as well. Let's have a listen to this. There we go. Oh yeah, can really saturate it. This thing sounds amazing. Based on a lexicon from the 80s. How good is the emulation on that? That is freaking cool. Obviously, again, wouldn't put it on the master track like this. It's merely to show you guys here today. I got full control too with essentially all the parameters here. It's really nice. Got a delay, pre-delay. Pre-delay is really good if you want to get that sort of slap back sound. The pre-delay will do it. Which one was pre-delay? Yeah, this one here. Obviously you want it to get it to sync with your track. But yeah, if we look back here at the GUI, we can change the presets simply by going through. A bunch of presets here. We can control the dry and wet. And look, overall, sounds really good, right? All controllable here. I like this pre-delay. Where's our pre-delay again? Oh man, you can get that real 80s sound with this. Obviously it's emulated on this 80s reverb, but it really gives you that sound, makes it really real for you. It's actually really amazing. Love it. All right, so we've checked out that one there. This is brand new, of course, FX Collection 4. And the next one we need to show you, of course, is Dist Coldfire, which I've already checked out here on the channel before. Now, I don't believe the parameters are mapped to the Keylab Essential 49 here today for this one. Let me just quickly check. So here we have Dist Coldfire. Yeah, it doesn't, but I'll show you something really cool you can do with the Keylab Essential 4. I can essentially just click on something and encoder 1 will just take over, which is really cool. So yeah, the Dist Coldfire is an absolute freaking beast. Let's go through some of the presets here. Again, I'm gonna control encoder 1 with my dry wet just because this thing is just so loud. Now, obviously, with the Dist Coldfire, you've got 2 engines going here at once, and you can choose what you have. You've got the transistor going at the moment, and a tube one going here as well. But I can just change this if you want to have a bit crusher, for example, and maybe, I don't know, a tape over here, for example. Increase my dry wet. Oh, wow, I actually didn't know I could do that. So encoder 1's now controlling all the different types. Let's increase our dry wet. Let's try that then. go through a few different engines here. Is that gonna do that? No, hang on. There we go. Transformer. Wow. That's cool. I'm doing it here, guys. Anyway, honestly, Dist Coldfire is insane fun. Let me just quickly show you the modulation. I love this one here. And what I like to do is get encoder 1 on Keylab Essential 49 to control my balance here. So now I'm going between this one here. I think this engine's bypassed anyway, but it kind of works, I guess, as a dry weight. Have a listen to this. Super fun, super full control, incredible stuff. I've shown you all the new plugins that are included in the FX Collection 4, but it's not just about those new ones. There is 30 on there, as we covered at the start of this show. Absolutely amazing stuff, like, you know, several delays, several bus compressors, you name it, it's all there, distortion. And some of these plugins, like Dist Coldfire, for example, do multiple things like modulation, distortion. I'm not going to do, obviously, it's just a quick overview. I'm not doing a full in-depth overview. Just quickly before we do, obviously, wrap up the show, I did want to just quickly show you can press this advance here. If you did want to get on the back end, play with LFOs, functionality, envelopes, sequences, and so forth, it's all freaking here. And the amount of control I have on the Keylab Essential 49 is absolutely amazing. For some reason, I don't know why Dist Coldfire is not completely mapped, but as I said before, it may be already mapped by the time you watch this video. There may be a script out there for it. All of the other plugins, however, I was able to play Keylab Essentials 49 with. Now, of course, yes, again, FX Collection 4 includes way more than what I've shown you here today. If I jump down to my plugins, I mean, yeah, insane. That's all Arturia. I really like, I was going to show you this today, but I think we've run out of time, but their Fragments one, that is just an amazing effects. This one, EFX Fragments. I freaking love this. I think I cannot help myself. I do want to show you just quickly before I wrap it up. And I want to see if I have control on the Keylab Essential. I love these GUIs too. All 4K support. Make them massive. I'm going a little bit on a tangent here, but can we control? Nah, I don't know if this one's actually mapped. But again, encoder 1 will pick up what you want to pick up. So for example, speed, let's have a listen. So how cool is this freaking thing? I know I showed this off in the FX Collection 3 video I did. Encoder 2, would you want to take that over? Nah, it's fine. Encoder 1 could take over density. Change the... Oh, it's so good. Now, again, you're not going to have this sort of effects on the master. I mean, if you wanted to have a breakdown, maybe, but you wouldn't do this. I'm merely doing this for the video here today. All right, guys, I'm going to have to leave the video there. Obviously, this is a bit of a longer show than I had anticipated, but just quickly showing you there some of the new plugins included in FX Collection 4 and the ability to control it with the Keylab Essential 49. Just the overall control is freaking cool. Loving having the transport control once you get it working with your DAW. Will work with pretty much any DAW, but yeah, I've got it working here with Ableton Live here today. The script works pretty good. Transport's all there. Metronome, tap, you name it, I can do it. I can even go back to track control, but you can do all of that. And freaking hell, FX Collection 4. But yeah, integration with FX Collection 4. I'm seriously digressing right now. You know the drill. You know it's amazing, guys. All right, Emlyn Mix, we'll be back next week with more goodness. So much to show you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video today. And hopefully, yeah, we'll get another video done for the Keylab Essential, because there's a lot more that it can do that I haven't shown you today, like your chord mode, arpeggiator mode, you name it, it's all there. All right, I'm out of here. Thank you so much for joining me. Peace out. Boom. Hey, thanks for listening to the Emlyn in the Mix podcast. Here you will find all the latest in music technology, software and hardware, interviews and more. Also, don't forget to check out the Emlyn in the Mix YouTube channel today. Till next time, keep it real.